Seats. Management is here. News, current affairs, finance, audit, and engineering. Where's Kemi? Production services. So, sorry, I'm not sure who's been here separately. Have you been here separately?
Yes, I'm here now.
Yeah, of course. What's this way? Okay. So this is studio.
Watch it, this is your Yoruba program. Yeah.
Most of our recordings are done here. Some other libraries are done here. Because we don't have all the space for so many sets. This is like 10 generations in Korea. The managing and then over the
Yeah, you can ask us.
Yes.
But I also think Lagos State, people will sit down. So,
who wants to be a millionaire? Yeah, what's any other one?
what's the name of that man that?
Yoruba. Arumire.
Yes. Besides that, there's no other state.
There's not. This is, and it's still the first and one of the biggest around.
Even when we are coming, if you look at it,
You see there. We're just trying to
Yeah, as compared to the.
yes, energy consumption. We hope that very soon we'll be able to put up media metamorphosis of the LTV in a small museum, because a lot of people don't
have these things.
Yes, you have this. We're working on that as well. Some people don't know the metamorphosis, they don't know what has transpired, where we started from, but we have equipment that goes as far back as 40 years ago that we can actually use to do. We can put it somewhere.
As a museum.
As a museum, yes.
But it's good, we all seeing these two tracks. It keeps reminding us they are seeing a lot of us.
So, when they write for another one, because we need to.
sorry, may I ask you a question?
What about the shape?
Maybe where we get
That's one of the things we want to come on. All those lights up to our ground.
Yes.
All those lights up to our ground.
Then my transmitter is about 40-year-old and it's not here, it's in Ikorodu. I run 2 stations. So if I have to fill or power the station, I have to power Ikeja.
So what runs in
Ikorodu.
what runs in Ikorodu? What
The transmitter?
is a transmitter?
Yes, please.
So that's the transmitter is supplying that area.
It supplies the whole of Lagos.
Okay.
In
So why
fact,
did they
some-
take it all the way to Ikorodu?
Ibelo, that's the highest point. And even some private station channels and co, they have their whatever
Over there as well.
on our transmitter
You
because
mean-
it's the highest point.
Do they pay?
Do they pay?
Yes, no. They
Do
should.
they pay?
They should.
Shama, I'm sorry, sir.
No.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we go. Don't worry. I'm not saying Ramsey Noah yet now, so I can't.
Is this one live? Excuse me.
Yes.
Ah, live.
Yes.
don't mind the color variation. It's just because we're having one with this camera.
We don't have camera. One of them just packed up. Editing. Editing is not This is where the editing. Can you bring that down, Tayo? Can you bring that down, these systems are already also given up.
And iOS system. iOS require annual upgrade.
Just come this as well, I can face the picture.
The systems were acquired in 2016 and they are Mac systems. iOS require annual upgrade. Now after some time you won't be able to upgrade further because your system capacity will not be able to. And that is we have gotten to that point. We can't upgrade these systems. We can't have new software.
But you should be able to upload now. Upload what is on it so you can get new ones.
Even when we upload, the system capacity, every time a new iOS is out, you have to upgrade it. It will tell you that it requires so system configuration.
But iOS is also another software on its own.
iOS is the manufacturer software that comes with Apple systems and Apple phones. So after some time, it will tell you that I cannot upgrade this particular system configuration.
Yes.
So we've got into that, we have to change that about 2 years ago. So we can't upgrade the systems, we can't add modern software.
So which ones are you using? Which are you using?
Well, we're using it as old. Every time it tells us an upgrade, we will say we don't want to upgrade. We don't want to go for that.
But I don't even space.
There's no, it's not even enough time to accept it.
It's about software.
No, it's the system. You see, because it has passed the generation of formal guys. So that's why. Yeah. The equipment we have, yes.
I was telling the DFC, you need to write pay for your operational dues.
Yes.
Five cameras. That is working. For the whole, to cover the entire Lagos. All of them. African Fish Shaking Creates Museum.
No, that's it now. This is not P2.
You do?
Yeah. P2. Use this card, P2 card. I have it.
Okay.
You know why I'm asking that question? All our official things before you have been working here. You know who and who has. You understand me? So that will give you a better idea.
Yes. I think so. We also have with us Honorable Aru.
Some of our colleagues here, especially our guy that is seated very close to me here, who is also very, very much interested. In fact, I was more than elated when I saw him as part of my committee, because I knew the passion he really has for the industry. And definitely we would all enjoy a lot of things from him. And he will be able to also help us push up a lot of matters. And the two other colleagues here that are seated, they are also holding powerful position as far as committee is concerned, especially my brother here, who is in charge of PPP, that we could also derive some things from him. Yeah, although this, our guy here is in charge of a pension. That is when we are leaving.
Your pensions are guaranteed.
Are guaranteed. Anyway, we want to appreciate you for receiving us. I also want to tell you that we all know what's on ground globally, not to talk about our own nation. And it is not the rightful time to say we would promise that there is rule or we would get it done. But it's good that we want to let you know we'll try all the best we could to push things, to make things better. And just like most of the times when I see the governor or any of our executive there, I do tell them that this is our own baby. Yes. You spend so much money outside there doing other things. So if you could even start the level of money you are spending, just start spending here too, so that we could have that leverage. And here they sacrifice more, even if they are invited or not invited, they will be there to still capture and make sure that Lagos has a voice. So it's enough reason for us to continue to push. And I'm also very happy when I saw your GM, and I discussed with her. I said, look, I see you have the passion, and I could see, don't get frustrated, just keep pushing, just like what my guys really said here. Keep pushing, and we will use different opportunities, different modalities to make sure our voice is heard there and they come. So you won't get tired of us visiting, because I'll try as much as possible to bring some of them here. Because by the time we come in here, they'll see things for themselves. I know how this place was before. And I knew that they've done a lot of things on structure, even before coming to the house. And I said, if you've done so much and you spend so much on the building and structure, then let us go back and start doing that on the facilities and the equipment. So if we could use that avenue, I'm sure we would be able to take LTVA to the level that all of us would be proud of in Lagos. And you could compete with any organization, despite the fact that we've always prided ourselves that this is the state of excellence. So that excellence too must also show in our broadcasting industry. So once again, I want to thank you all for receiving us. I'm sure God will say one or two things too, and I also have one or two other issues to also say, but let me also allow.
Oh, thank you. The truth is, the GM and the chairman, even with the members, we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work. We've seen the exterior, not bad, but the interior, which is the work, we've not even talked about the welfare of the staff. We've not talked about the welfare of the staff. You know, this is Lagos State. We always pride in being different. You understand? We must work hard at making sure the budget resources are very limited. It's tight for the state, but we cannot forget the station that represents the state. And I think it's that point you need to sell, because you watch other news channels, I'm not going to call their names, especially these particular ones, where they are constantly hitting at every move of government. So the one that should be speaking for the people and the government should also receive some measure of upgrade. So let's work together. It's an honor, again, that you have a chairman who is very passionate, extremely passionate. And he said something which a lot of you didn't catch. He says anytime he's with the executive, he always tells them, this is your baby. So that means at some point it will click. The House of Assembly, we pride ourselves as operating above the standard of excellence through the grace of God and the man called Dr. Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa. And there is a small secret I've told her. There's no way you keep putting it. One day, just know that the moment Obasa talks about LTV, you will definitely see changes. The moment is that moment we are waiting for. The moment he talks about it, you just see him on that chamber that on his own, he says something, just know that this is the beginning of good things to come. And that's what we will try and make sure he does, because he will push it to every length into making sure that we get there. We want this to be our pride. I want it to be the pride of Africa, and God will take us there. Thank you.
in year past is that when we are very young, we only have opportunity to watch only just 2 channels, NTA and Health TV. So I'm very confident that the new station all over now, they all learn from here. So, and it will be too shameful of us that those of us that's watching only TV and NTA then, now growing, now to now not make the difference needed to also bring us to that number 1 that we had then. And that is exactly what you see my chairman doing. Too just passionate that we need to get these things right. And that's why he's still telling you that we also need to come back with the commissioner, that let him also come and see things himself. Because we will do our best, we'll do our bit at the legislative angle. He should also be able to push at the executive angle. So we'll make sure that what we'll need also to charge you to do your job more, we should be able to also provide it. But on that note, I also need to charge you because it's also when we see what you do at your best, coming here somehow curious, how did you make it happen with all this equipment? That is exactly what will charge us to also say, okay, if we provide you with the new equipment, then you can also do more. So please continue doing your best, continue giving me the support needed to also to take Lagos State TV to the greater height. Thank you, and I feel so proud of you for what I've done, because my attention is watching you from outside, thinking we'll come here, we'll see a very but to him alone be praised. So thank you.
My own little surprise, I'm not having the madam, the GM. I'm only pity her because she came at the time that things is summer in the country. For her to stand tall at this hour is a great thing. It shows that she has the passion for what she has been doing, and she needs all support, all assistance, not just the government, the Lagosians, for this place to be more than what we are expected. Because this place is a history place. If we keep on counting, we count close to 50 years. And for still being existent, it shows that some people have done something. But however, the greatest joy I have today is that outsider is not in charge. And that is one thing that I'm very, very much happy with. When you see somebody that grows from the system and to the top level, the difference is going to be what? Clear. And that is what we are seeing now. So she needs us as a legislative, as executive, we must give her all the total support she needs. As my chairman said, and the senior ranking officer, we will push this into the Mr. Speaker, and I know who he is. It's a man that passion about what concerns Lagosians. And this is part of his baby. There is no way you want to talk about all the ministerial agencies in Lagos without talking about this place. And the man that made the law that everything is going to be perfect is Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly. So we will collaborate, we will give all the total support that this place will become a new baby. Thank you.
A committee that we've been running to, and you've been giving us your advice and giving us support, and this is like the icing on the cake for you to actually be here. It gives us hope. I want to believe that we have a whole lot to talk about, but most importantly that you're coming here will also help us to get on the right path and steer us to the right direction. So on behalf of the management of Lagos Television, I want to welcome the entire team. Honorable sir, thank you for coming.
We term ourselves as the grassroots, and so sometimes when we approach, be the executive, this model can attest to this. He'll just tell me, but I will come. Sometimes time, will not permit. But we'll also ask that you please also make out time to be on some of our shows. It makes us more believable. If we ask that you come, it is not because we want to, we just want you to connect more with the people. The people sometimes also want to hear you speak to them. And we have indigenous languages. Sometimes some people are not comfortable speaking on, English programs. We also have indigenous programs that we can have lawmakers appear on. Is even worse with utility. The commissioners treat us like we are retards here, like we can't match up with other people, and sometimes it is demeaning.
We're indeed magicians here, and God has been our strength, because sometimes we do things that is unimaginable, and people see us outside and ask questions, how do you do this? When they come in here, as you have done today, that in spite of this, for instance, in the newsroom, we have just 2 systems, working systems, 2. And on that 2 is where we get our feed from our Abuja correspondents. That is where we download our visuals from. That is where we get stories from other stations from. That is where all our reporters that have gone out send their stories into. We take turns to work on those 2 systems. And daily we produce news. It's a tough one, but God has helped us. Now that we pray that God will give you the enablement, God will help you to help us, because this is Lagos television. I came from Ogun State Television, and I know how government in Ogun State takes that TV station as their own baby. But sir, I don't know what is happening to Lagos television. We do a lot of work, but we don't get enough support from the state government. The government donates this, donates that to other people. Lagos television go there to cover it, and we don't get nothing. As we sit here, directors, we don't have an official card. Some of us still jump inside buses to go home. And a lot of us are on-air personalities. I read the news.
We can tell from the news.
And you can imagine me jumping into a bus.
And then people recognize
And then people recognize you. And then sometimes, you know, I have two personalities. When I'm going home, I dress down. So that people won't recognize that this is the person I saw.
Some will.
Yeah. Some will, some are stubborn, and they will insist that it is you.
Yes.
You now.
So I don't know. I pray that God will help you. We need equipment. Our cameras are obsolete. We don't have vehicle systems. We have a lot of issues.
It is the first time, to our surprise, that we met a committee that has a passion that matched our dying interest. Dying interest in for you to know how deep we are interested in presenting our problems, our challenges to the government, and getting their support. But meeting a team from the legislative arm that wants to give us support. In fact, it lifted our spirits and raised our hope. And with the hope of not over-laboring, we chose to put all our problems inside one womb, Oracle. That we believe so dearly that will be the mother of solution to all of our problems. You have, I believe, I know, you know that you have got information. We've interfaced with you regarding.
No, we are not. It's not there. We pay our.
You know, a mother that is birthing a child gets the advantage of pain and all that. So, like I've described, the oracle is the mother to the solution of our problem. You have showed interest in pushing it with us. We plead with you, help us move it further. Thank you very much, sir.
We are propagating Lagos television. So we cannot say what TVC or channels of this world or Arise will say, because we want to, have maybe the young ones tune into us. Remember that Arise came to limelight during the NSAS thing. They did a lot of things. Some of it is not even, supposed to be on air. But Lagos television represents Lagos. So we are disadvantaged even in generating revenue. So that's why the Oracle will really help. Thank you, sir.
Whatever goodness or badness or whatever we see in there, It's part of the challenges we must face. But I also want to tell you too, yeah, we've had you, but you also have a lot to contribute. As a family, you have to sit down and face your own challenges. And I keep talking to ourselves that there are some things out there that we need to tap, that if you don't sit down together with one vision, you can't get them out. I was saying we have universities, we have all of them, they are children. Let me just talk about this lightning issue. I'm sure if you sit with some of them and said, okay, just come on the course visit just the way we've been here, come and look at what we have, come and see what at your own level, at that level could do to assist us. They'll start thinking about something. And that is exactly where the nation is going now. Us looking at our problems and then finding solutions to them. So that nobody goes cap in hand anymore. If the government says we are not even paying, we are not doing anything, this is your own facility, this is your own thing, we've built it for you, go and generate your income and get it done to make everybody happy. Yeah, I know you have some disadvantage because, just like you said, there are some things you can't do. If professionally you want to do, but let us still keep our thinking cap on. And that's exactly why I'm talking of the GM, that I saw her, she has the energy, she has what it takes to. We don't remain permanently complainants. And we should not get tired, because some other people are also coming here. The time when I was also very small, when I comes in here, it's like we are going to Mecca, we are going to Jerusalem. That is the passion we have outside there. Okay, LTV8, I want to go and say something there. It's big. And when people also see you outside, you are their role models. They look at you and say, oh, that is the woman, that is the man I've been seeing on television. I'm seeing passionately. Here is with me. So don't ever give up. That's just my own single message to you, which we will try our best to also let our guide, Mr. Speaker, who I also know, that what has to do with the masses, what has to bring in. And I've also been telling Madam one or two things we'll have to do. I know his own passion too, and we have to play on that to bring him to see what we are seeing. We will try our best. Just like our guy said here, it's a different thing to pass budget. It's a different thing to make it operational. But time is also going. And what you're supposed to do today, if you didn't do it rightly, somebody else will come tomorrow and say, look at the man who was there. This thing is out there. Supposed to have seen it, but he has not seen it. So I want to beg you that we will try our best. But don't get tired of sitting down as a family, of looking at solutions, temporary ones that will happen until we get there. And whatever they've said here, we'll continue to take it up. We'll continue to push it out there. If I have to seek my guys here seated here and all of us to even use a day to present LTV matter in the House, we will push it and tell Mr. Speaker we want to discuss about LTV8 in the House of Assembly. So once again, I want to thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so I'm trying to, so we can have Abuja also doing live. So
Right.
this takes national issues, state issues
Right.
at a go every day, Monday to Friday.
Right.
So we're trying to build up the Abuja team so that they also, you know, some of these honorables and whatever from Abuja, some of them can't even come to Lagos. They want to be heard, they want to be seen. So we want to create a studio for them. Yes, we want to create a studio for them there. State is Lagos House, no one.
Black magic. Okay, so this is 4K. Great. I need 4.6. I have 2 of this. But it's a good one. It's a good camera.
One is this is half Kodak.
Oh.
So we have 1.5 eyes when we produce it. That's why sometimes you see our shot. Yeah.
I have to run along. Very well.
We need to explain. Yeah, this is no giver. Please explain it.
Satellite uplink is not working. Delivery.
Oh, this is the one they said that
Yes,
delivery did not
yes.
work.
That
Yeah.
was
I said you should call. I remember.
Satellite uplink did not work on delivery.
Yes.
But apart from that, I've been using it for about 5 years now. Some other equipment
Are getting bad. Is there an assessment for the replacement of those?
We have a long list of those ones, and it's presented to the chair.
But his work is just that it's not at full capacity.
It's not at full capacity at all. So by the time we list out, it will have to be evaluated, which is economical. Is it to get a new one, or is it to refurbish this one?
ẹ bá àwọn student yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ lè ṣe náà ẹ ṣe oríṣi mẹ́ta mẹ́rin sí ìgbà yà pé ẹ máa shed light ní lórí àwọn bìtọ́.